All right, guys. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I was just a little bit behind here. I was trying to find my cord for a few different things here, and I just couldn't find them. So, good morning. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We're gonna get right into it. It's already 8:30. So I was looking for my iPad charger, and I don't know where it's at. So I just took it from my phone. Good morning again. All right, so my name's Justin. This is the Ivy League live stream. We're going to be streaming the majority of the morning. Stream contributions or donations, that link is in the description for helping to continue to make this stream free. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Appreciate you guys being here. We're going to get right into it today. I am going through a few things here. We're going to go through the stocks that are trending first, okay? And then we'll go through some of the names that you guys have. I'm a little bit under the weather. I have no shirt on and stuff like that, so I'm sorry. You guys are going to have to, bear with me without the camera today. So that is that. And again, if it doesn't say live at the bottom of the screen, this stream is not live. You are not live. All right? First things first, SMCI. We can go look at the markets really quickly. All right, see which ones we have. Last night, futures were popping when I looked last. And we broke. Okay, so the SPY broke this level here that I was keeping my eye on at 586. So let's keep an eye on that weekly candle close, which is it's like 585.50 to 586. Which one is it? Yeah, it is this one. All right, so we closed around 585.75 roughly. All right, so we're going to keep that weekly close on the overall markets. Understand that you do have your trade line. 20-day moving average is actually down here at 562 on the SPY. So that could be a possible target depending on NVIDIA's earnings. All right. And 560 to 562, this level here, if you zoom back, this is just a beautiful to the right. I know you can't see it, but sometimes you got to pan out and look at the markets a little bit differently sometimes. It's a little below that 50-day, but I'll tell you what, that double top of the a pullback into this double top would be really nice. You did test it already, so it's not like the SPY has not tested it, right? It's not like these sellers didn't turn into buyers, but you didn't spend much time there is the point. Right, you didn't spend much time bringing in buyers and sellers at that zone, and that rectangle here at 560 to 560 to 570. Really, that so you guys can see it, right? Can't you see it now that I draw that box? See how much we haven't traded in there. So any bounce backs, I'm going to consider this an island reversal up here on the SPY. And we'll look for pullbacks into that zone. Obviously, you start coming down into this 575, 50-day, that area a little bit above it. I mean, as we get going, unless we do it today, unless we have a sell-off type of day today, I expect this 50-day and 575 zone to hold, at least get a bounce back, right? I don't know if you just cut right through it, because you don't really have a reason to cut through it. All right, so that's the SPY. That's a SPY. Just quick analysis. You have the 20-day on the weekly chart. All right, up there. So everything is putting at the low to mid 560s in my opinion. All right, so that's just quick, easy stuff right there. I'm actually going to put a 570. So 575. Hold on one second here. 575. Okay, so that is there. Sometimes TradingView, at least in the past, sometimes it can be a little screwed up. We have a gap fill. Yeah, I'm going to be eyeing up that 50-day. All right, I will be sometime this week. We'll see, though. Depends on NVIDIA earnings. But keep an eye where you are bouncing back. Look for any rejections at 590 zone if we can get up there. All right, 590 on the SPY. You have a nice, this could be a nice little double bottom here, but I don't like the fact that we didn't hold. Okay, I don't like the fact that we did not hold. And that hold is going to be 585 to 584. And we talked about that zone last week. I want to say one thing, okay? I had an awful week. I had an awful week last week. But what else did I also not do? I don't mean I had an awful week as in I lost a ton of money. My account is actually low in the red. Right? It's not, I didn't even lose much money. That's what's going to keep me on top. My executions were an issue, right? And I'm going to go through a few of those names just to get you guys, you know, if you guys want to watch them today. All right? Because I think it's important that we, you know, you got to go back and understand where you went wrong and all that fun stuff. But I'm not going to get into a bunch of that stuff right this second. I want to get trade ideas going and stuff like that. So the Qs are underneath this zone that the SPY is trying to hold. So use the Qs at your as your leader, guys. If the Qs are going to revisit 490, if the Qs are going to go revisit 490, if the Qs are going to revisit 490, 50-day moving average is also there. Again, everything's pointing to it. It's already broke the 20-day. Use the Qs as your leader for the SPY to get itself back down to 577, 580 zone. All right? Follow the leader. That's all we're going to do. That's all I'm going to do. All right, again, I don't want to spend much time on this because there's a lot of stocks that I want to get into. All right? In that zone where the Qs, if we get support on the SPY is 575. Okay, for the Qs, that zone, if we end up revisiting it, is going to be 490. 490. The Dow. Let's go back to the Qs. Let me finish this really quickly. So now we are in this consolidation, okay? You've already had a bounce back into it. I'm watching for this middle zone here at 495 to hold support, and I'm going to look for a bounce to the top end of that range. You know, unless the market says otherwise. Okay, depending on where we open, all that fun stuff. I just think we need a bounce back, and it could be any time. It could be later in the day. It could be this morning we start to bounce back. It could be the 10 o'clock area. I don't know. All right, so bounce backs off of 495. Okay, top end of the range. The top end of that range really is going to be 500. Let's go back. Let's run a test to 500. Mind you, you have not went back and retested any of these zones up here at 505, 502, 501. All right, there's a pivot high up here. All right, you have a couple wicks here that you sold off from. So 502.50. It's like 502. What is that? Yeah, 502.48. So you haven't really had much price action up here from 500 to 505. You did retest after hours Thursday and pre-market. You made it resistant, so you got a couple nice gaps above you. All right, we have a couple nice gaps above us. So any bounce backs, I'm going to be looking for 504. All right, any rallies today, tomorrow, whenever that may be. 504, 502, 504. All right, which is going to be this zone right here. It's that easy. All right, that easy. All right, because I want to hurry up and get into some stocks. The Dow. This is already taking longer than I wanted. The Dow, the Dow, the Dow. How Dow you? Dow was our leader, and now it has also started to pull back, which has started to give the market way, to give way to the market. The Dow, 20-day moving average is down there for roughly like 430. It'll be popping up at 430. You know, so everything to me, you know, I'm still leaning bounce back rejections. I'm leaning bounce back short. Okay, bounce back short. And give me 1 second here. You're already rejecting 534. So watch 434. I'm sorry, 434. All right, 434. You get up above that, then you have room to get to Friday's high, Thursday's close. One of the two. All right, it's either 435.85. I'm sorry, 436, or you're going to start running a test into 437, 438. IWM. IWM. Technically was really weak last week, throughout the week, and we talked about that here. All right. I mean the markets have been painting a picture. You know, I had a great week earlier in the week. Again, I'll get into it later on. It was just again my execution. So, IWM has a really nice support zone down here at 225, which I'm going to keep my eye on. All right, 225. 225. So 230 rejections. I like this. I like a 230 rejection. Okay, 230 rejection. Give me one.
Sciences, ticker SAVA. Appoints Brita Nassif as chief commercial.
Oh my gosh, why are all these things opened? Holy cow.
Simufilm, top line data expected by year-end 2024, and potential product launch. Sciences,
just give me 1 second. Where is Safari? All right, so that's the IWM. I'm actually going to write this down on my list here for the IWM. All right, flat top resistance up here, the 20-day moving average. 230 rejections. If it rejects it again and the market looks like it's going to give us that bounce back reversal. You're going to find some support down there. I think we got to use this zone here from like 225. Yeah, 225. 224, 225. What I'll do is I'll put this box here. That area right there. We have a bit of a zone here on the IWM. This is a nice. Some of these setups are really nice. Let's just hope they don't take the trade from us. You know, they make the trade early in the pre-market. It is what it is. There's nothing really we can do about it. You know, actually, Apple looks nice if it can end up holding. Um, Hold on one second. Maybe I'll fool with this later on. Um, Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just. Oh my god. No.
Allogene Therapeutics, ticker ALLO, presents preclinical data on
Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. I was just doing something really quickly.
autoimmune diseases,
Alright.
ticker ALLO.
Again, let us know down below. What are you guys watching? Hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. All that fun stuff. We're going into stocks right now. Alright, first things first.
Pharma, ticker SILO.
First thing is for... Dude, Tesla is getting away from me. Not really, but it kind of is.
Announcing results for novel SPC-15 treatment targeting stress-related disorders.
It's getting away. Alright. You guys got your pen and papers? So, I hope you do. But anyway, IWM 230 rejections. Going to look for that move down and see if we can break Friday's low and get down there in the 225 area. All right, it's already sold off a decent amount, but what's a little bit more? This is why I usually don't do this. Like, so I'll go over stuff like that. You know, for others, and it's okay. It just, I don't know. You guys can hear me. I don't, you know, I want to make sure that you guys can. All right. First things first. SMCI. SMCI had news this morning, guys. This is pretty much all of them. So SMCI came out and they came out with a, what did they say? They said something here. Give me 1 second.
Continuing higher, trading up about 41% pre-market. Ticker UABS.
So SMCI, it's not even on here, is it? Okay. It says here the deadline is Supermicro to get approval for the Nasdaq exchange, but how it plans to regain compliance within its listing requirements is Monday. But they came out. A source familiar with the matter told Barron's that the server maker intends to submit a. Okay, yeah, here. To submit a plan to regain compliance by the deadline. The stock has fallen 35% this year. It reached its 2024 closing high on March 13th when it was up 318%. Shares rose 14% pre-market trading. All right. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit the mic. So SMCI has its trade line coming up. We have this double bottom here that we broke below. $20. All right, $20. We're now above $20 this morning pre-market trading. All right, as you guys can see here, SMCI holding 20. This one's going to be not pretty easy, but pretty easy in my opinion. All right, this is going to be pretty easy in my opinion. Let me make sure. Let's get rid of that. We can keep that. Where's the trade line and stuff at? Let's see here. Let's go to the daily chart. Even though I could do this on another. So there's our 20. I'm going to play this range, guys. If we break 20, I'm going to be looking for 18. You know, I'm going to be looking for $18.
Dogwood Therapeutics.
Yeah, 18.
DWTX.
It's going to be 18.
X-ray announcing results from BHC study.
And what I want you guys to notice here on SMCI, let's go to a 15-minute chart, if not even a 5-minute, is that you'll notice here, this previous low. Wait, why does this look so different? Why do I have this here? Hold on. Hold up. I got to redo these. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so boom, there's our low. There's our low. Okay, that's why. Really, it's got to be, because this is really a bear flag, right? Because that would be your wedge, and now you just retested it. You know what I mean? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, this here, you guys can't see it right there. So it's at like a little bit of an angle, but for the most part, you can see pre-market. We're trying to put in a double bottom here. So what I'm going to look for is bounce backs into $22. And if we get a bounce back and it feels like it's going to reject $21, $22. Here, let me go here. I don't understand. Again, it's going to be a zone. I understand that. But this never... I could have swore... But the moral of the story here is that we recaptured this low. Right? I know wait. Did I use the hourly chart for this earlier? I know I may have. Yeah, so it's not quite the low, and that's what really just threw me off. Um, but you can see, so what the levels that I have here are 22. All right, 22 would be my would be the area that I would look for a rejection at if we can bounce off this $20 zone. All right. A major level would be 26. If we can end up holding $20, then we very well may have ourselves a bounce back in between that 24 to 26 level. Now, 24, the reason I say that is because you have this previous low, you come in with the gap down, it tries to reclaim it, you come down, you gap below it, and then it hits it, double tops up into that area as resistance. It doesn't hit 24 on the nose, but it gets up into that area, right? So it's going to be an area. Um, so that is going to be SMCI, guys. All right, we'll watch $20. I'm going to be watching $20. If $20 breaks, you have Thursday and Friday's highs. We can see. I'll give it some time because what I would ultimately like to see. Ultimately, what I would like to see is a hold of 20 and see if we can get the bounce back long. But if the market's going to pull back, we're not going to get that. We're not going to have any help. We're not going to have the market behind us on SMCI. So I'd even like, even right off the bell, maybe, a pop into $22, $21. And the point to this is that I want to get I would like to get a bounce back rejection. I want to get short on the bounce, and I want to get long on the pullbacks. This thing trades so weird. It really does. It does not like to retest levels, and it really likes to throw you for like. All right, so that's SMCI. $20 is my watch. SMCI $20 is our support zone for this morning. Let's go here. This was also the low from your earnings, the day after the earnings. You've regained that. So I would like to see this hold. It may not. And the upper end to this trade, guys, is going to be 25 to 24. All right, that's kind of what I would be eyeing up. Really, I guess you should say 28, but we'll worry about 24, 25, and we'll worry about $20 holding before anything else. Bounce backs up into that 22 zone, though. We got it. It was heavy resistance Friday, heavy resistance all pre-market. We'll see if we run another test back up there during market hours. And if you get through 22, then you got to watch 24. I would say 24 would be the area I'd be watching for another possible rejection. All right. We might even be able to get $24 as a rejection. Who knows? And get a 24 to, a bounce 24 rejection back down to $22, 21. All right. So that's that. Keep it nice and easy. Fuck, I need a napkin. If you guys have any questions, please post them below. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe. Our goal today is going to be 20 likes, 10 subscribers. We got to get this shit moving. I do. I did a lot of work over the weekend. Not on the stream, but that's next. Stuff that I'm doing outside the stream. So, let's see here. What else do we have? What else do we have? What else do we have? So, last week,
UAVS Eagle shares off the highs now, $4.13, spiking on that news.
Google. This was one of my top trade ideas, and I missed this trade. This is why I called it a bad week last week, because of my execution. I told you guys all week, gap fill up at that gap fill. I wanted to look for a pullback. And what happened was, it got up there at the end of the day and I wasn't watching it. Right? I was looking for the attempt here. When we broke above this little wedge, you guys can see this wedge that it was putting in right there to that flat top resistance. I was looking for the attempt for it to hold here, bounce, and have another test, like it was going to pull back and hold this area to get short, which would be, you know, a triple top, and then get it, but it never gave it to me. We opened up and we fell right out of bed, guys, on Google, and then it just gapped down. This was a gap and go, which we'll go take a look at. This was why I called it such a bad week for me last week. My executions just weren't there, and I think that is also a result. I'm pointing it to not really the stream, but having too many stocks on my watch list on top of worrying about the stream, right? Making sure that the mic is on, right? Things of that nature. But I was just, there was a couple more. There was a couple more that I was just like, I really just, I could have had such a better week. And these are trades that I gave out. You know, these are the trades that I gave out. 184, 185 rejections on Google. NVIDIA, 149, 150. Get short up there. And it gave it to us at the end of the week. And it never really honestly gave us that test until really the end of the week. Because Monday, I remember watching it, and we just fell out of bed. And then we were like, okay, we can take the long here. Right? This was Monday. I don't even have to look because I know I was watching it all week. And then it just rallied. And he was never really able to take that long. I mean, this was a, you know, double top high. We pulled back into it. Naturally, you look for that long. You came in with the gap up. All right. It pulls back to this middle zone here at 146. You get that last little final test up there. All right. Also, which we're going to get into, Tesla on Friday. 2 trades. Gave you guys the long and then the short that I never took. And let's not talk about the NVIDIA wedge that I drew that we fell out of bed from. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, right here. It was Wednesday. No, Thursday. It was Thursday. I drew this for you guys. This was a bear pattern, you know, and I just forgot about it. I drew that for us. I said, guys, that's an ascending wedge up into that 149, 150 zone. Look for pullbacks. Take profits in front of VWAP. You should at least get a pullback to VWAP. You know? So there were a lot of good ideas last week. I did not execute because I was watching the wrong things, not at the stocks at the right time. So I'm trying to fix that going into this week. Tesla Friday, we went long, then short at 325. Okay, 325. No, it was up here. I'm sorry, 320. 320 rejections. But we were really on the long side of Tesla. We were looking for the long, which let's get into Tesla right now. This thing just, I don't know what's going on. I mean, obviously it's just, you know, you got a lot of short covering. You got a lot of buyers that want to take part in this. You know, earnings expectations have been brought down, which we've talked about. For anybody that's new here, you're going to learn a lot, right? Because a playbook with the company is, everyone was waiting for that earnings, sell off. Well, they've already expectations and guidance and have already been brought down. And then once you bring them down and they've had their pullback for 2 years, you know, you start to it starts to bring it to a point where their earnings reflect growth, right? So Friday 325, as you guys can see here, is this previous support and resistance zone. It was also Wednesday and Tuesday's low. I know you guys can't really see it here. So I'm going to look for pullbacks into 325. If we don't get it, we don't get it. I don't know why this did this. I'm not exactly sure why Tesla jumped like it did last night. Reports outlook on regulations for autonomous driving. Let's see here. All right, either way, doesn't matter. All right, so Tesla. You have some resistance up here at 360. We have to go to the daily chart. I would say it's only natural. Let's see. We'll be stuck. Yeah, this should break. 340 should break. And I would look for... Hold on 1 second, guys.
Certified for use with Microsoft Intune. That's Victor Uniform Zulu India, Michael Sandy Foxtrot Tango.
You're gonna definitely need to pop there. 341.
MULN, Mullen, California issues HVIP approval, granting Mullen subsidiary. Bollinger Motors, Class 4 EV truck, $60,000 cash voucher per vehicle sold. That's Micro Uniform Lima November. MULN.
It's kind of the zone I want to see if Tesla trades in. I want to see pullbacks, guys, to I want to see a pullback to 335 on Tesla. Let's go over here. Let's go to here. I want to go to the flexible grid. Yeah, I want to play this range. Alright, good. I got rid of it. So here's our support and here's our resistance zone. It's right there. 350 to 325. It's about a $25 zone. So we'll see what happens if we end up getting above 350. I want to see if they're going to say anything about it. That's why I have that up. Alright, so you guys can see, I'm actually going to keep this here. This is actually a good representation of what's going on with Tesla. Support, we have some nice support here at 325. 325. And then you have a rejection up there at 350 or some resistance. If you get above 350, look to see if it holds. Okay? See if it can hold. But I mean, I got to be honest, with the markets looking the way that they were looking, it's going to be hard for me to want to just lean long and assume something's going to hold. This is, if the markets do bounce today, This is your this is one of your leaders. I would say this is the leader. All right, that is the leader. Excuse me. So the SPY ended up reclaiming Thursday's that level I was showing you guys at 586, which is good. I mean, guys, I'm going to be honest. I would like to see a relief bounce. Doesn't mean we're going to get one. But I sure as heck would like to see us get a relief bounce. I think this was all really for nothing. Other than risk, just, you know, de-risking a bit. Kramer's such a goofball, man. Undo. So should I keep it here?
IBM.
I'm gonna leave
to
it.
deploy AMD Instinct M i300
AMD, guys.
An IBM Cloud. That's
I've
Bravo Michael, Alpha Michael Delta.
check. Hold on 1 second here. Come on. Check, dude.
AMD shares at the highs now. Alpha Michael Delta.
AMD. There's some news there on AMD. IBM. It's a nice break and retest. Right on that retest, that news came out. Gotta get above 138.50. You gotta get above it. 138.50. You gotta get above it. If you guys have any questions, you guys can post them below. But I'm going to focus my time right now, again, on a lot of the names that are trending. Alright, so what do we have here? Let's go to this. Let's go here.
AMD share is now
Let's make sure we have
$4 at the highs on
good.
Collaboration with IBM.
We're good. Shit.
Alpha Michael Delta.
Alright, so SMCI.
UAVS on that invite to the White House. Share is spiking here more now, $4.76. You know, from Alpha Victor Sandy, UAVS.
Alright, so we talked about SMCI. You know, for me to trade this, I need a bounce back. I need a bounce back off of 20 into 22, and then, you know, even 21 or something, you know, to get short. Or I'm going to wait, see what happens at 18. Alright. So, I mean, I guess you could call it 19. 19 would be a double top high, but I'm going with 18. Oh, 1890. Okay, yeah, it's 19. It is 19. I'm sorry. All right, 19 support. This is holding up nicely though, which is good. It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. All right, so there's that. Tesla. Just want to make sure I'm seeing everything. 22, 22, 22, 22.
CISS, C3IS reports third quarter and 9-month financial and operating results. Charlie India, Sandy.
Just writing this stuff down. There's actually a couple things I want to see here. So Tesla. And again, we may not... Why is this stuff not saving? Tesla, this range from 325 to 350. Watch this double top high Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday.
69 cents in earnings.
Right there. So I'm going to be watching for rejections up here at 345. It was already pre-market support.
Revenue of $9.3 million for Charlie India, Sandy.
All right, and I want to see. I mean, 325 is your support zone. You'll have some support here at 335. So, you know, if you get the opportunity, I'm going to make this a dotted line. If you get the opportunity to get a rejection at 345, let me write that down. Damn it, I wish I had my... Dude, this is already oversold. Holy cow. Watch out. Tesla may just end up going higher, you guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just looking at something here. That's stochastics on the hourly chart. $340. Where are we trading at? $340. Okay, we are trading at $340. 330, 340, 330. I don't think we get it, but wait, because it already tested it at 320, 325. 320. 330. That's what I was looking at here, and like, look at this. If you take pre-market and stuff off, you get a different, you get a bit of a different tone here. This pullback is actually giving it some strength. And that pullback is right off that trade line. We can, you know, take it for what it is. And we're going to come in with the gap up. So that gap up more than likely makes us a bit oversold. So, and look, it's trying to hold 340 right now. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with that thesis, guys. And I'm going to watch this gap here. I'm going to watch 345 to 350. And I want to see if we reject and get, you know, look for the pullback. Doesn't have to, like, be a major pullback or anything crazy. Oh, my gosh. Of course it messes it. This is why I wish I could save the indicators, but I don't know how. I don't think you can, unfortunately. I think it's crazy. So yeah, you guys will see here on the hourly chart, Tesla should open up a bit oversold in that oversold territory, or overbought, I mean, overbought. And we'll see if we get a pullback. That pullback, I'm going to look to see 345, 350 rejections. Let me write that down. Again,
SFWL, Shanghai Development, announcing joint venture with Fuji and Full Aviation to expand low altitude logistics services. That is Sandy Foxtrot Whiskey Lima. WSR, Whitestone REIT, MCB withdraws
right there, y'all. Right there.
Whitestone's board entrenchment, refusal
Bang.
to engage.
For that rejection. And then we'll look for support. 335, 330.
GSAT,
pretty much the range I'm playing. And if you get below 335 or whatever, you might as well call it 325. You know, it's more than likely where you're headed.
Goldman Sachs readies plans to spin out its digital assets platform. That's from Bloomberg. That's Gulf Sandy.
Alright. We're getting ready to open up here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start saving everything.
WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, an official press release now from Warner Brothers Discovery and the NVDA reach agreement to expand long-standing partnership that out now.
Let's go to 3-minute chart. I want to know when they started doing this, like crazy after hour. Do you guys know when they started that? Is that something new? Yeah, 325, you guys, I think is a must. Again, thank you guys for being here. If you could, hit the like button. I know you guys can. Stream contributions and donations. That link is in the description. $30 is the workshop that I'm running here the next couple weeks, where we'll go everything from executions, entries, exits, playbook. I have a lot of charts that you guys will continue to see that I have saved in a binder. Charts. I have charts for Fed Day, different playbook. Playbook, as in a good one that I like to bring up is Microsoft when they were talking about getting into cybersecurity. All those cybersecurity companies rely on Microsoft. That's a playbook trade there, where a bigger company or companies that rely on said company end up selling off in a major way. Because that is they're for a few different reasons, but things like that. Fed days, different setups. You guys will be able to go home with. What else? What else? I don't know, but I think I have a lot of cool stuff lined up for the workshop. I've already went over it with a couple people. I didn't want to really ruin it. It's going to be exciting. So, if you want to give back, if you want to donate a spot to someone else, that link's in the description. It's only $30. All the money is going to go to the stream. And I think we're going to do about 20 people. I don't want it any more than that. We will, but that way everybody gets the one-on-one help that they need. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. What do we got here? What do we have here? I want to wish everybody the best of luck. If you have questions, you can post them below. Again, I spent more time going over stuff that wish I didn't. I want to look at Palantir, a couple other things really quickly. If you guys have any questions, just post them below. I'll be here, but I'm just going to step aside. I don't think there's really anybody here anyway, so this is kind of why I'm not really going to be doing this anymore for too much longer. We do have microphone is working. The mic, Yeti, we're good to go. All right, guys. Let's have a great day today. Be patient. Let the markets paint the picture for us. And we will open up here in 8 minutes. We open up in 8 minutes. Oh, shoot. Probably why I can't do that. I'll wait and leave it like that. Daily chart.
Issued the code, Greg? Yeah. You're right, I did.
GE Verona. GE Verona's U.S. Department of Energy announcing selection of GE Verona's advanced research for H2 Look-A project as part of H2 Sense exploratory topic to enable the growth of hydrogen production at GEV.
So what happened with Roku this morning? What's up, Matters? Good to see you, buddy. Hold on, just things went crazy on me. Another one that I have on watch is JP Morgan. There's been a couple stocks that again, listen, I'm under the weather. Not really feeling good. I'm not. That's why I didn't have a watch list out yesterday afternoon. So you guys will have to forgive me. All right, just want to put that out there. Secondly, there is no secondly. Secondly, there is no secondly. JP Morgan, watch if this continues. So here's an idea. If yields start to pull back, 10s, 30s, what have you, if they start pulling back, there's a trade idea there. Okay? There's the dollar. Listen, we got long the dollar in September, guys. We nailed this trade. There's like 2-3 trades out of the year that really happen, and we have always been on the side of it. Bitcoin down at 16. All right? The dollar here. There was a couple more, but oh, natural gas. We hit natural gas a couple months ago off this double bottom. Bang. We hit that. And I was in that position. Triple leveraged in Boyle. That was a really nice trade. So, you know, I will say that's one thing I'm really good at finding is those type of opportunities when they happen. But, so the dollar. The dollar's starting to pull back just a little bit here. All right, the dollar's starting to pull back a little bit. If the you know, I was looking at this 108 zone. You know, honestly, guys, I could see us pull back to 110. That we could get a test of 110, and that could be ultimately where we're headed. All right, we're just recapturing these levels. So any pullbacks to 106, you got to look for it to hold, because I really think we're going here to retest this support zone. That, you know, you see how you bounced into it. You had some sellers there at 110. It pulls back, it breaks through it, and then what's it do? It pulls back into that area to turn these buyers, these sellers, back into buyers. Now we need to take these buyers that are sitting up there at 110 and turn them into sellers. They're still up there sitting, chilling, waiting for this thing to get back to break even so they can get out. Okay? So I think that's where we're headed. You see it all the time. So with that said, I'm telling you guys, I think it's going to go to 110. It wouldn't surprise me. So if these yields continue to rise, and you can see the 10-year, the 10 years really actually retested all of its levels. It doesn't really have anything up here that it hasn't, you know, I guess you could say 4.7, right? Let's see if this happens. Let's see if it goes up to 4.7. It tried to go up there and it didn't quite make it up there. All right, but 4.7 is really where I want to see if that's where we're headed. But in the meantime, damn, this thing might hold. Excuse me, sorry for the language. My point to this is if these yields start to pull back, look, the 30-year green. Banks, they borrow on short term and they lend on long term. So what I'm going to look for, and the 30-year, this level is all the way up at 4.9. It's the bear steepener. It's happening. All right. So I'm going to be using the banks or TLT. If you get pullbacks in the yields, okay, you could look for longs on TLT. If we continue higher and that dip gets bought in yields, JP Morgan, Bank of America, right? The banks. All right. That's as long as they're going to be rising, these banks are going to be making money. Now there's going to be a point where it may get a little frothy because people may not lend as much at a certain criteria. All right, people may not start to qualify. It may cost too much. Blah 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 blah. But still, I'm not going to fight the trend. I'm not going to make it overcomplicated, and I'm going to say if the 30 years rising, TLT was pulling back. That's the other trade. you could still be going short TLT on the bounce backs for intraday trades, right? As long as yields are going to rise, the 10s and 30s, really what I'm talking about, then TLT is going to sell off. The banks are going to rise. Good luck today. It's just a few ideas that I have, okay? Google, again, the executions yesterday have to be from last week. I think I had too many stocks on my list. Roku, I don't know what's going on with Roku. I didn't quite get through the watch list because of, I don't know. I got to fix everything that I do about these streams. Let's go here. We have 30 seconds. They did not report earnings, so it's not earnings. So upgrades, Robinhood analyst turns bullish here, blah, 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 upgrade, 13G filing, that was from the 5th, but this morning, I don't know, I don't see why Roku's up. I don't think Roku should be up. This isn't really any major news. Alright, $72, looks like it's already trying to reject it. 72, and I would target, I think you got to target from 72 probably down to 70. So this trade's done. Yeah, look, it's pulling into it right now. Shit. If you break that, then you have some room. If you break this, then you have room on Roku. Alright, I would actually probably look for that on Roku. So if Roku breaks 70, then look for 66 or so. Damn, that thing got hammered. Mollywopped on Friday. Mollywopped on Friday. That's wild. Why is that a... Alright, Tesla. You guys got the plan. I gave you guys everything that I'm watching. So right now, SMCI, Tesla looks like it doesn't want to give you the 345 to 346 test. They never want to do it like that. And that's okay. That's okay. Alright, that's okay. NVIDIA did this last week. It didn't want to give you any type of test. And AbbVie, guys, I will say this. ABBV is another one. This thing has been got slaughtered. Look at the bottom right at that daily chart. So, bounce backs in the 169.50. You could look for the rejection or just look for a bounce back hold down there at 160. Okay. You had a nice tail on Friday. You're pulling into Friday's low right now at 165. And see if you get some buyers to step in there and help take this thing higher. AbbVie just getting slacked. Shellacked. I would not personally step in to buy this with some of the volume that I'm seeing on the daily chart longer term. Look at those big sell signals there. Huge sell signals. Like this thing's gone too far, too quick. Those are the same exact signals that SMCI gave you the whole time. The biggest candles on the daily chart were red. Alright, that's kind of like... it's giving you a look into the book before you read it, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, it kind of gives you everything you need to know. Then you just got to time it or just wait. Wait for it to show up. Because that's institutions and markets showing you right there that, hey, this thing should not be where it's at, and it's only a matter of time. Alright, SMCI, another one that's on the list. By the way, I did go upgrade my phone, so I got, let's see,
Company announcing a
SMCI.
licensing deal for immunotherapy development and receiving an upfront payment of $7 million.
Let me fix my charts. I don't know what's going
I have
on here.
$1.33 in the pre-market now at $1.02. Very
Like,
heavy
this should
volume
not be all the way to the right.
on HCWB.
Oh, that's because I... So there's our bounce back into 21. That's okay. That is okay.
Crude popping to the high, up more than 2% now.
Keep an eye on oil, guys. Oxy's back down at that support level at $50. A little bit of 50-50 resistance. So if you can't get through $50.50, can you get, can you get 50 to break and head back down to 49.50? Matters, great job on that trade off that 50-day. I know a couple of you guys got that. That was another trade idea from last week. I wasn't sure if it was going to hold or not hold that 50-day up there at $52. Look at that from Wednesday or Thursday. Because this reversal kind of got me on the earnings. I'm like, I was waiting to see if it was going to hold the 50-day, and it just, I didn't have much conviction in it either way, in either side.
FATE Fate Therapeutics halted on a circuit breaker. Foxtrot Alpha Tango Echo, FATE.
Tesla pulling back. I got to get out of this position, by the way. I did, where's the SPY? This could be a nice little rejection here on the SPY. Watch 585. Even with the Qs. Alright, so Oxy is bouncing, you guys. It broke through.
Company earlier announced 6-month follow-up data on first patient treated in phase 1.
I would target $51, and then from there, you know. Let's see here, 345. SMCI screaming to the upside there at $22. Screaming higher, guys. Wow. And there she goes. She looks like she is... What time is it? Did we get the first 15 minutes? No, we have not. Just like a brick wall, isn't it? I'm having trouble with my charts, guys. It's not trying to let me zoom in and stuff, so just looking at it through different time frames, and it gets through. All right, so this is 23, 24, or 24, 25.
HCWB continuing very heavy volume up 250% now. Hotel Charlie Whiskey Bravo.
Another one to keep an eye on too would be Palantir. Palantir, DJT. Alright, so 24. Looks like we're headed to 24. I am not going to be rushing. Alright, there we go. Oh my god. Sorry for the language, but... It's so frustrating. I saw it right there, man. I saw it. I saw it. I hate that they started doing this. There's so much time in this. I'm gonna go grab my I'm gonna go grab a cup of coffee real quick, guys. All right, what I'm gonna watch for here on SMCI is for pullbacks, and pullbacks to be held. You gotta hold this, and I think if you can't hold this, you look for it to be a rejection point, and then look for a move back down to $20. They haven't really come to an agreement on anything, but I'm gonna keep my eye on this. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to keep my eye on SMCI. I'm going to grab some coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm watching it up here, guys. I am watching her up here.
The only thing different was that Warner's doing 70%, Disney was doing 15, and you know, now Apple has an entirely different economy and entirely different goals. Amazon has an entirely different company, and Netflix has
I gotta remember which one I'm using.
in regard to each property. Netflix is not losing money, but some people have lost money on streaming, so they want to bring it back. But Netflix is definitely, to my knowledge, and we're developed, invested in movies and movies. Not the theatrical experience in the same way, because
Oh my god.
watch it on service at home.
So I'm going to be ending this stream today probably a little sooner than normal because I got to go get a I need to go get a case and a screensaver. I was just looking and let's go here. Let's look at this SMCI. Again, keep an eye on some of your banks too, guys. That's
Is Tesla up 7.4% and NVIDIA? Well, yeah, because Toyota drives up.
so we talked about this. Ultimately, this zone. I'm not saying you get there today or you know, but that's really your major resistance level.
You think that's what's going to work? You think that's what's going to happen? No. I mean, the federal government can set policy, broadly speaking. You do need a uniform approach, don't you?
You have a range here.
The Dow futures down 59, Nasdaq futures up 27, crude is up $1.21 at $68.13. Natural gas is up 7 cents at $2.90.
See, this was just one big range or wedge that was put in.
Down 11.35 at 90,850.
All right, you just did it. You just cleared it up there. So I don't know. I can't even draw a line there because you bounce, boom, you bounce, and then this was just like these.
Who is Michael Dell versus the information? Now, what is David? Go ahead.
I mean, if you were to put it anywhere, I would say there.
Actually, I think he's underestimated in terms of his impact in both the 20
And that's up there at 23.65. That's why I was also pointing out 24. All right, 24.
When you mentioned cooling, Jim, we did get an upgrade of HPE over at Ray J. Strong buy, they go to 29. That's a huge part of their story.
I have to tell you that I think HPE is very undervalued. When I had them on, I was incredibly impressed. The Juniper deals now that's foregone. But I will tell you, these guys are putting out when Supermicro got in trouble, so to speak. HPE and Dell got a huge amount of business, and Supermicro would be able to list. I don't care about listing; I care about business. And
Although it is up 20% at least.
they came on at 17. They said they'll really have something. And oh my God, David, a double upgrade. Aflac,
That's Aflac.
Oh, Flat. It's the insurance company. I'm sorry. Just kidding. So what was he like really? So that's all we care about.
Not been
Like,
nice.
did you
Not
go
been
out for a
nice.
cocktail after?
Sure, of course. We always hang out. I mean, I can't get him to stop calling every night. He wants to chat.
Keep an eye on this being a possible island reversal on SMCI. Just like the overall markets, they've been putting an island reversal in the upside. Keep an eye on that. I mean, it's not one that I'm crazy about, but it could definitely turn into one. I would just keep an eye on it. Let's look at Apple. Also, okay, so this is starting to pull back here. All right, let's go to SMCI. Are you serious? Hold up. They want $2.50 for a 21 put? Oh my God. The scamming is real. Holy shit. Are you serious? Guys, this is a $20 stock. This should be nowhere near. I don't care about the volatility. Okay? Like, This shouldn't be. I could see $1, $2. Well, it looks like I'm not looking at this today. There's no way. I mean, sure. Here's the problem, guys. You could trade this. You could make money. Look, it went down and you just lost money. It went down and you just lost money. There's no reason why SM shit I should be at pricing in $2 for these contracts. Sure, there's a $2 movement on it. My point to this, guys, is you can make money, but you're not going to make as much. And if you're wrong, you're going to get hurt. So, you're paying more to make less and paying more to lose more. That's deep. And only the real ones are going to know that. Anybody that trades options, you guys are going to know what I'm saying. Remember when SMCI fell $100, $150, and people were complaining why they only made $20, right? When this thing just really started, and we traded NVIDIA on that day, guys, and we had almost 1,000% on that NVIDIA short because SMCI was already pricing in a huge move. So, you know, once everybody was trading those dailies, because I remember it was on a Friday. Nobody made money because if they paid $10 for a $100 movement, or you paid $10 for a $10 move, you still haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. That's your break even. So if you move $2 from $22 and you go down to 20, you technically haven't done anything, and these options aren't going to go up that much. They'll stay at $2. They'll stay where you bought it. You know, you'll just be careful, because even if you're right, you could be really disappointed in the return that you get. So that's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm getting at. You know, these options are way too high, and that means even if you get the direction right, you're just not going to make anything. You're not going to make anything. You know, you still have some time here, but remember, this is a $20 stock, guys. The options should not be anywhere near this. I know the volatility's there. It's just crazy. So don't be upset. Go ahead, trade it. If you make some money, make sure you take it. But look back at how much it paid you, or doesn't pay you. Fuck, bleeding. All right, there's our 345 rejection double top up there, guys, on Tesla. Doesn't mean that it's a trade, but I will say this could be a nice move back down to 340, 335. 335, 335, 335. Let's see here. Let's go here. Again, we're looking for Tesla, 335 or so. So 30 years starting to bounce. And you know what's funny? Doesn't this chart look like JP Morgan's? It's at all-time highs, trying to pull back. Look at the wedge. Right? Look at that wedge, right? See that wedge? And you're out to the top side. You just pulled back into it to the top side of the wedge there. And then if you go back, you could also use TLT in reverse, right? In reverse. Here's the flat top resistance. Let me see. It doesn't really look like it here, but you can see this wedge, and then it breaks down, and it should bounce into this to try and go down lower. I can see it, right, which would be right here. This is actually a little bit ahead of it, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't make sense to some people that are here, if that it's a little bit ahead of this. Let me see here. Let's go to that's why it's a 15-minute chart. So there you go. You can see. Let's see if it holds. Oh shit. If it can hold the top side of this wedge here and start to bounce. I want to see if we can get JP Morgan to trade a little bit higher. 4.7. I gotta go get a screen. Again, guys, I'll probably be out of here like 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock. I gotta go get a case and a screen. And then I have a couple other things that I have to do. Let's keep an eye also on, again, I can't reiterate my execution last week. So many, the top 3 ideas. Friday Tesla, Google, and NVIDIA. 149, 150 rejections. I think I was watching too many things. I got to execute better. So again, last week was a really bad week for me, but not in the sense of losing money. I barely lost any money. That's the key to this game. My execution's and practically not executing, right? I wasn't watching Google at the end of the day for that 180 gap fill rejection, and it fell for 3 days. It was such a nice move, and it is what it is. So now I have 3 or 4 things. I have my my iPad and a couple other things here so that I don't miss anything. Let's go look at Apple real quick, because Apple actually looked nice on an hourly time frame. Oh no, hold on 1 second. Alright, so that could be the rejection point on Apple. This is like one big bear flag on Apple. Let me pull up Microsoft as well. What's going on here? Hold on. This thing already took off.
We just signed the lease on our shop. My assistant went to customake.com to get new uniforms with all the locations. He found great products.
It's not really moving.
And had boxes sent to all the shops. Customake makes it so easy. Get started today at customake.com. Something about the way we're working just isn't working.
Sorry, I did not mean to do that in front of the mic. Alright, there's your 50-day and 20-day right there, guys, on Apple. Watch for the rejection up here. 227 rejections. Watch it. Still buying, guys. Still a lot of buying going on. I would watch for that rejection. It looks like it's not going to reject. Wow, they're not going to reject it? Just 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. So again, you have your 20-day, the 50-day there. Looks like everything's consolidating. Tesla's consolidating. This is range bound. I guess they're going to let it go to 228. I mean, look at this flag. Or look at this wedge that's forming here.
Coming up, the NAHB Housing Market Index.
That was an ugly draw there, but so that would be your wedge right there. All right, what are you gonna do, Tesla? You gotta go up there again just to get denied, or what?
Good Monday morning. Welcome to another hour of Squawk.
46 on the NAHB Housing Market Index versus 42.
So the overall markets aren't really moving here. You know, we were leaning short. Let's look at the IWM. Let's go here. Qs.
Technology is lower,
Uniform Papa
as
Lima
in
Delta.
sector, industrials, healthcare, real estate, they're all weaker. But consumer discretionary starts off in the green for the
So
week.
the IWM did reject.
Some of the restaurant stocks as well bouncing back. Consumer staples
Watch the Dow
it was pictured with
or watch Dow names, one of the two.
consumer staples
So here you are. You're bouncing into 134.
in this morning's trade.
134 rejections. Okay, 130 or 434 rejections could take you to 432.50. 432.50 on the Dow. All right, bang. That would be the trade if you could get the you need the volume to really start to come in though. Right, you need that volume to start coming in. I didn't look at Roku. I don't even know why Roku's bouncing. I still have yet to figure that out. 73 on Roku. So look at this. SMCI must have moved because it's up to 285. I want to look at SMCI to see what it moved and what it didn't pay. What it did or did. Look at that, guys. Look at that. It retraced the whole entire up move and you got paid 15-20 cents on $2. Bro. These people didn't even make 20. This pullback should at least get you 25 to 45, 50%. Easy. Easy. You should not be in a trade where it retraces and, gives you a decent, move and you don't even get 20%. Look, these contracts just went down to 259. 260. That's where they've been sitting at. You see what I'm saying? Like, you might be at 20% now. At $3 from 260, 255, 259. I don't even think you could have got filled in the 250s. So it's important to really know those things. That's why I wasn't trading it. It wasn't worth it. Because even if you got the move, you weren't going to get paid. And if that move went against you, you were just going to get hurt. So all these clowns on Wall Street Bets, probably really hyped up about SMCI, they're going to be upset. They're going to be like, damn, it moved all this much and I didn't get paid. So we know the playbook for SMCI. When there's volatility with it, trade something else. Trade something else. I need to get these charts to... maybe I just got to delete everything. Delete all the levels. But I just can't really... Look at AMD. This could be a nice break, retest, boom, boom. See what happens here on the AMD at 140. It may not reject it like we want it to. That's a double top at 140. That's a double top at 140. She's got room. Right, look at this. Bottom left chart is what I'm looking at here. Boom, 129, 130 would be the support level. If you can still get a move going here. You may not get it. Let's see. It should break above it. Let's see.
Meantime,
What are you gonna do, AMD?
some desks raising their forecast for core PCE. Morgan Stanley on Friday night was at 2.2 for.
What's everybody watching this morning? What are you guys watching?
Argue that inflation might be stickier, and that's not fully folding in the impact of deportations or tariffs.
That's part of the story too. Better growth comes a little bit stickier inflation here, and that's
Getting a pop to the high, $6.42.
Again, I am a little bit under the weather today.
about the policy path forward, and then the odds of a December cut.
So that's why I don't have my camera on. I have no shirt on and stuff.
Twitter account mentioning purchase of the stock on Friday, India Romeo Bravo Tango.
What?
Yep. We've got nine meetings.
Keep an eye on MSOS as well.
Pricing in 3 cuts. So maybe it could be a cut every third meeting. Meanwhile, the 3-month annualized
There's been some talk there with
is up 3 straight months.
I was on a Twitter space this weekend, and some pretty valid points were being made.
But that last mile that we were all worried about is proving a little bit tricky, and is it still moving in the right direction? A lot of it will depend on the Trump agenda.
Okay.
Whether we'll get
Okay, AMD.
in the form of tariffs, deregulation, all of that, how it makes the economy
142.40.
Treasury.
Don't get backdoored. Whatever y'all do, don't get backdoored with AMD. You need to watch that 242 or 142.50. Watch 142.50. Everything is acting slow right now. It's got some nice volume today. Let's see, can we hold this zone? Oh my god. I don't know what's going on here. Everything is just like messed up.
I think the market would be fine with all of these people, honestly. All 5. I don't know. Any of them, I think, are seen as knowing what the Treasury Department is and what they do. However, I will just point out, Kevin Warsh has been hawkish, basically, because he's a former Fed governor.
I wish I could take this and fix the screen.
Also, when that pick comes up,
Load symbol.
he's been a little more hawkish. Also,
Like reset. No, I don't want to reset it.
feels about the economy, that it's in very good shape and higher yields. We last heard from him the week before the election. He was actually at this FII.
See, normally you can go back and press the squares.
There were 12 CEOs, most of them
Nice job.
CEOs.
V2? Is that what it's called? What's it?
On Trump, and he did. And what it would mean for the economy. Listen. I'll put this for the sort of U.S. CEOs in the panel. Does it matter what happens to the election? In the election, to
Let me look at the
outlook for 2025 in the U.S. economy, one way or another. Anybody? No one wants to take this, obviously. Mark, come on, help me out.
I think there's an absolute chill on M&A activity as a result of current policy, and I think
Is that UAVS?
there's a change in regime. I think you'll see investment liberalization if there's a change in government. But remember,
If Trump wins.
if Trump wins, but we're all talking about in the U.S. of shades of good. We really are talking about shades of good. And to come back to your point on rates, we massively increased rates, and yet stock market at a record high.
Dude, why is this not saving?
Capital market issuance at will, and we're stimulating the economy.
Save.
I'm trying to remember why we're cutting rates, other than to try and equalize the bottom quartile.
He said I'm trying to figure out why we're cutting rates. Well, the Fed's cutting rates because of the lag effect. Because they are talking to CEOs that are talking about laying a bunch of people off. I'm still trying to figure out why they're lowering rates. Well, I'll be damned. Anybody that's been here with us that has watched the damn Fed meeting, Powell told you and everyone else why they're cutting. Which makes sense, right? There's an imbalance. The imbalance was in inflation. There is no more of an imbalance. The labor market's good. Inflation's kind of good. We're actually kind of concerned about the labor market because that is starting to tick up. So we're going to shift our focus back over there. We have misread this inflation stuff. Prices went up. They've stopped going up. Now, that's it. It's pretty simple. We're either working on the labor market, or we're going to worry about inflation. We don't have inflation right now technically. Prices just went up and they just stayed there. Labor, the labor numbers are ticking up higher and higher. They talk to see like it's really that easy. Like people are stupid. It's not that they're stupid. They want to make everything like a show or whatever. What I was referring to was on CNBC. This guy's like, I'm still trying to figure out why we're cutting rates. I mean, I get it. I'm in that camp. You guys know me. I think we need a bit of a like pullbacks do more good than harm, and we haven't had one in a while. Sure, we had one in COVID, but that was taken right back where there wasn't any pain. People were still working, at least on the East Coast. A lot of like restaurants and stuff like that, your hospitality stuff, leisure and hospitality places took a hit, but that doesn't stop a house that's on an acre and a half, a rancher on an acre and a half land worth, over $250,000, nearly a half, north, or I should say just south of $500,000. That's crazy. It's absurd. It's absurd. All right. And people that, want to at least have a safety net, that's where people struggle. And that's why pullbacks are good, because things get out of hand, pull it back. People are able to buy homes and have things at lower prices, which is in their budget for whatever their jobs are. I mean, the medium, not medium, but the medium price for anybody that just has a high school education has got to be 55 to 65, 70,000 a year. I would say 50 to 80,000 a year. And that's all. I mean, I'm not going to say all states, because you obviously have California, New York, and some states in there where, that's kind of their middle, their whatever you call it, minimum wage. But it just, the math ain't mathin'. And there's a guy from Canada that talked about this and was like, the average American is making 50,000 a year, and if they want to go have a place, or even whatever, it's not working, and something's got to be done about it. But God forbid it happens. You just can't. The politics just won't let us have a pullback. Just can't have it. So AMD. I'm watching the AMD. I'm not watching SMCI right now because they're SMCI is scamming.
Tesla's rallying as the transition team reportedly looks to ease some rules for self-driving vehicles. We'll talk about what it means for Tesla and Uber.
And we've got an exclusive interview coming up with Glenview CEO Larry Robbins.
So I'm watching AMD to see if we get a bounce back rejection here. I'm looking for a bounce back rejection up around 139.50. I just don't want to get stuck in a consolidation, 138's on the list. Look, it's not going to give it to me. Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Ever since we introduced him to the farmer's dog, it's changed his quality of life. Really getting better. Better poo, better you. That should go cool.
Where is... Alright, so there's that.
You'll realize that in today's market, buying and holding stocks alone, it's not an option. The simple, beginner-friendly option strategies you'll learn in our new book could take your investing returns to a whole new level. And today, we'll give you a copy for free. Get your free copy while they last at itsnotanoption.com. It's not
All right, I might lean short here on AMD, guys. Let me figure out where my entry is, how much I'm willing to pay for it. 325, 315 on SMCI puts. That's crazy. That's why people think the market's a scam, because they get into shit like that and then they pay $3 to make 20 cents. Like, that's why it's important to like really know what the hell you're doing, especially when you want to trade options. You better know what the hell you're doing. I urge you guys, I don't want you guys doing what I do unless you know what to do and you know how to be able to manage your risk. I executed poorly and missed trades last week, and I still didn't lose. I didn't do bad on losing money. I didn't lose a ton of money as in I had a bad week because I had a max stop loss or this, that, and the third. No, I would just didn't execute. I failed to execute. So I think there was one trade that I can't. Was it? It was. If it wasn't last week, there was a week or two ago where I was in a trade too longer than I should have been. Oh no, but I did it twice and we stopped out right around break even. No. It was last week. Remember, I got back. I got back to. I might have been the SPY or something, and then, we weren't holding, and I'm like, all right, I tried to get out, and then they screwed me on the fill. Screwed me so bad. I ended up market ordering out because they weren't filling me on the limit order. It was something like, 47 cents, 48 cents, and then they filled me at like 42, something like that. Might even have been worse. I don't know. All right, let me focus here. I shouldn't have to correct this bar. Okay, so I'm watching this zone here, and I want to see we've already pulled back into the gap. I think we can get another pullback. The Qs are bouncing up into that zone. I have to watch because I do have a position on with the S&Ps. Yeah, I kind of like this idea. Let's go, Qs. Let's go. I'm going to miss AMD if I don't take it soon, but it is what it is. I'm okay with that. Let's go. Come on, man. I want 590, guys. If I can get 590 by like 12, 1 o'clock, I have a good chance at getting profits on these calls that I got in Friday at the end of the day. It's not going to. It's not going to. All right. Let's see here. All right. So AMD. Still watching AMD here. Boom. We hit that at the bottom. Boom. All right, the Qs are up here at this zone. So we could use the Qs also with AMD. If we cannot get up through there, if you can't get through there, it's going to be a problem for AMD. Disney also, they had earnings last week. Something to keep an eye on. Look at Tesla. Tesla going back to 250. Keep an eye on that 250 zone, guys. There's a lot of relative strength with Tesla right now. Disney. Let's see here. Disney's up at... I would actually call this a bit of a resistance zone up there.
HCWB, HCW Biologics.
Up at 120. So
Intraday high now up about
Disney should have a little bit of room here at 120. You got about $6 on it.
Let's take a look at shares at Tesla. They're up yet again this morning, another up to 8%. Yeah, there it is, 7.8%.
All right, there it is. Let's see here. I'm going to keep the Qs. So I'm just watching right now.
Fashion with Tesla and is down about 5.6%. We'll have a closer look at what's at stake for both of those companies next. By the way, as we head out, check out shares of Palantir.
I thought I did a good job last week of just being patient and waiting for the picture to be painted. And it's kind of, there it goes. There goes the SPY. All right, so AMD, let's do it. AMD. Still got some buying here.
OKLO shares popping here, 21.15 now at the high of 17.5%. Oscar Kilo Lima Oscar. And Nano Nuclear Energy also moving with Oklo. NNE 2256 up about 4%.
AMD. It's got a little more room to go. I don't like not having a screen protector on this thing. Yeah. It's about time. Alright, let's get it. I think I'm going to go after it, guys. Even if we can get like 141 to 140 here. Oh, you know what? That's going to be a consolidation to grind higher. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient on it, on this. And I want her to show me that she's going to... Because I could actually see AMD getting above that level and holding. It's been crushed.
China's Xi calls for more bridges of cooperation, less small yard high fences.
You're going to have that trade line coming up in the 137. Just want to keep this up so I can watch the Qs.
Transition team and their plans for self-driving vehicles. Our Phil LeBeau has more on that. Hey, Phil.
Hey, Carl, this is a Bloomberg report that came out from sources in the Trump transition team saying that they want to make sure...
Damn, they just flipped the script right there.
That autonomous vehicle technology and the development question, what does that mean? Well, could ease federal oversight. Remember NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, they are technically in charge of federal vehicle regulations on a federal level. They would like them to be much friendlier to the idea of autonomous vehicles. That would speed up the development
Look,
of robotaxis in the case of Tesla. Remember, Tesla and the Cybercab, which Elon Musk showed during their event in October, has no steering wheel, had no pedals. The goal here is to put this into production by 2026.
Is there anybody still here? Just curious.
Very quickly, 27, 28 is
If we have anybody still here.
full autonomy. How is that different than what you see with Teslas right now? Well, remember that the current unsupervised, there is no
Somebody just got filled,
right now.
or the last person to get filled was at 190. 190 on that. That's a shame. Okay. So watch AMD up here. Now the thing is, it's this more than likely isn't a trade to be taken. But if we could just get like a pullback, you know, like look, the Q's just broke up through the zone here. So I'm being patient. AMD has news with IBM. IBM's going to use their processor or their GPU or something. That came out this morning.
And ultimately, many believe this determination about autonomous vehicles and how widespread they become, it becomes a state's right.
So I'm just watching what the markets do here. If the markets bounce, I'm not going to try and get cute in front of this thing, but I'm also... Why does it always say correct this bar? There's no reason to correct it. It should be right. So the Qs you can see are, you know, at high a day, they're green. AMD is up 3, almost 4%.
Vehicles out on the road, whatever you want to do. You may have some states that will say, follow the federal rules. But you may have other states, California, a good example, where they'll say, oh, no. We set the rules of the road here in the state of California.
AMD is up 4%. I just think if the markets do start to pull back here,
There's also going to be the question that will play out. What happens with
let me see.
HCWB resuming trade now. Hotel Charlie Whiskey.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if anybody was here. Now I was just doing a roll call check-in. So there we go. You guys can see this previous support zone there, and it's not like, you know, I want you guys to understand the idea of this trade. It would just be a pullback to like 138, 137, like a pullback to VWAP. Nothing crazy. I'm just looking for a trade, just to get my money, and it's not happening right now. So you're holding the trade line. Let's see. I could be watching the wrong things today. My stock selection could be awful, but there was news with that. Look at BABA, guys. Let me edit this. Gonna make this a little darker. Man, what a scam that rally was out of the China names. That's why you can never trust them. And David Tepper came on CNBC just talking them up. I mean, I guess this could still go, but they're saying this isn't anything like COVID with the other countries in the United States where they're doing stimulus. They have a consumer problem. They're having a consumer problem because their people are scared to spend. Is what we're hearing. Because remember, a lot of these people who spent money on homes, down payments on homes and everything, they never got their home. You know, the government had to step in, and you know, they're just having some issues from what the news is saying. You know, I don't know. I'm not in China, so we, you know, take it for granted what you hear, but I assume the majority of it's true. All right, so Baba 85. You probably get a move back down to 85 if you get a bounce back rejection of this 100-day here. I'm gonna go back to AMD real quick. This could be just a nice, like, look at that, right? You have a double bottom there. Look for that bounce back at 88.40 on Alibaba. Be cautious of the volume. But if you start seeing an increase in volume start to come in and a low volume bounce back, you notice that you can't get above 88.40, I would definitely think about another pullback off of that 100-day, because look, on that daily chart, bottom right, your support level isn't until... I hate Thinkorswim. I absolutely hate Thinkorswim. I don't hate it. It's just old. You have previous resistance and support here at like $85. $85. So it's kind of what I'm watching on Alibaba right now is do we get that pullback all the way down there at 84.88, 85? You have gap fills, prior daily resistance up there, or down there I should say, and a break of this 100-day and a bounce back to it with a rejection could give you the follow through one would be looking for. Just be cautious that it has pulled back a good amount. I got all kinds of things going on right now. Let's see here. I got to use the restroom real quick, guys. Give me 1 minute and I'll throw in some CNBC. Just for a second here. Come on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to use the restroom and... Okay, Google. Google with some strength here, guys. What a turnaround. All right, Google here. 176 target. I don't know what that turnaround was, but
Trees don't grow to the sky. Definitely not uninterrupted. There will be something that will upset it.
At CNBC's,
You've got euphoria from
I spoke with
the
Nelson Peltz and asked him if he
On the
thinks
other
this
hand, you look
initial
at the
market rally
international
post-election
stocks
would continue.
over the last week or so. I don't know what the market is. I mean, you've got the S&P 500. There will be something that will upset it. I think you've got euphoria from the election. On the other hand, you look at the international stocks have got slayed over the last week or so. I don't know what the market is. I mean, you've got the S&P 500, and then you've got the S&P 2025. You know, that's what it is. You've got two different markets. It's the wrong name. You've got these 20 companies that are swinging the cat around the room, and then you've got these other companies.
By the way, you can catch the full conversation along with the other panels at deliveringalpha.com, now up online. You know, his point is he's not in those sort of big Mag 7 companies. He makes his case for some of the ones that he's on the board of, and like Unilever was a big one. He was talking a lot about the opportunity there. Got hit post-election because it's listed in the UK on the FTSE. But now it's time
he thinks now is time for those kind of companies to shine as the rally sort of broadens out and the outlook improves overall.
Do we guess he's upset about policy that might affect a Mondelez or a Wendy's out of HHS?
We didn't get into specifics on that. I think overall he's pretty encouraged. We know he's a friend of Donald Trump's, and
well, he said he put Musk and Trump together.
Yeah,
right?
He was the matchmaker in that one at a breakfast, brought them back together, and feels good about some of the policies. He was really focused on some of the broad stuff. He was focused on the balance sheet and the deficit, and he's excited to see what Musk is going to do if he's given the authority to really help our spending problem. He was also talking about bemoaning the immigration problem, the deportation, some of those big picture issues. But you're right. I mean, tomorrow I'm doing this deep dive into RFK and what actually some proposals on big food would look like and how food companies might respond.
That's going to be widely watched, given the action in the last few days. When we return, shares of CVS on the move after agreeing to add 4 new board members, including hedge fund Glenview Capital's Larry Robbins, who will join Faber in a CNBC exclusive in a minute.
We have a lot of earnings too, guys. I think this is going to be a good week. We took a breather. The markets took a breather. And the markets took a breather last week. Hold on one second here.
HCWB shares resumed again.
Markets took a breather last week, and I think you have a lot of market movers this week for earnings. And let's see, where are we at? 23 views so far. It's so bad. It's so bad. We have earnings this week. Walmart, John Deere, Baidu, NVIDIA, Snowflake, Palo Alto, TJ Maxx, Target, Intuit, AECOM. Just there's some decent earnings. I thought Walmart reports. Lowe's, yeah, Walmart, Lowe's, Workhorse. Not that that's anything, or XPeng, but so there are still some earnings left on the table here that should be interesting. I thought they just said something about Walmart. Hold on one second. Let me see what happened here.
Bloomberg reporting Nippon Steel makes ND import vow to win over U.S. steel workers.
Maybe they didn't.
That's letter X. That from Bloomberg.
Alright, it's time to question if that was a failed breakout. I'm sure we'll get our answers Wednesday afternoon. Here you go. You're recapturing. Look at this pullback in the Friday's low at 139.90. Oh, come on. There you go, right there. You gotta hold 140. This thing's gotta hold 140. You can do it, Vidya. Hold it. It didn't hold it. All right. Let's start looking for a pullback here that could give us, that could start to give us the pullback that we're looking for with AMD. Hold on, is that still a hold? No, it didn't. It didn't hold it. It's rejecting it now. So I was watching that level right there. Now let's watch AMD. Look, AMD looking like it's trying to reject now. All right, it's go time. Shit. I missed it, guys. That's it. That's the entry point there. That was the entry point. Shit. We have a really nice wedge forming there. Oh no, I missed it, guys. I missed it. Hold on. Hold on. It may not be over. It may not be over. It may not be over. We might still be able to get this trade on. Watch NVIDIA. If you're going to trade this AMD trade, watch NVIDIA.
CEO currently on CNBC discussing CVS company adding board members after discussions with Glenview. That's Charlie Victor Sandy. CVS 55.56 now. Just off the highs on CVS.
I'm still... I don't... Can't do it, guys. I'm not doing it yet. It's not showing me its time. It's not showing it to me yet.
Countries expected to exceed $8 trillion between now and 2030. That from Xinhua.
It needs one more bounce. Like if we could get like a failed breakout or something. 172, 174, so it's already down. Okay, so NVIDIA did hold it? Hold on. This is why this is so funny. So it did hold it. That's so weird. I could have swore that hourly chart was rejecting it. So it, because it got below it, and then it just said, oh yeah, I'm just going to go back above it. That was a shake and bake right there, guys. You see what happened there? Do you know how many other traders just did what I did there and was looking at that? Like that was a failed hold. Let's go look for the short, and then it goes back up to hold, and then now it extends higher. Watch, see, I'm looking at NVIDIA right now. See if this starts to extend now. They just shook everybody into the short position. And now we look to see this hold and go higher. Or it fails. Because they didn't send it back. Right? This pullback, they didn't send it back far enough for whatever. I don't know. I wasn't watching NVIDIA in real time along with AMD. But I was looking at a couple things where AMD was just like, it's not really showing me a sell trigger yet. They're so important to learn. They really are. You know, they can save you the heartache. 142 or 141. I'm gonna put my phone down real quick.
Wells Fargo this morning upgrades, not necessarily timing having to do with this announcement, but because they think the negative consequences of aggressive growth strategies at Aetna have likely peaked. Do you agree with that? Yes. Again, I don't think that anybody should be expecting that all of a sudden you change 4 board members.
176. 178, 80. Damn. I mean, your risk to reward up here, guys, is at its best. So that's completely up to you guys. If you guys want to get short up here on AMD, my target is 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142, 141. 142 you know, a trade back down to like 138,
KEY.
137.80, 138. It's about $2. That could give you anywhere from 20 to 50%. All depends on how it gets there. You know, if you get these at $1.70 a contract, you could easily take them to, you know, $2 to $2.25. And, you know, unless it, you know, because it hasn't given you the rejection follow through yet, so I can't say, you know, with the markets going higher. Like, look at the SPY. Let's go. If I get 590, guys, I should start to be green on this trade, baby. Let's go. Let's go. The Qs are almost at a. I might shift my focus here. Oh no! Now NVIDIA is not going to hold for sure. Oh man. See what I mean? I just don't want to get scammed out of this one again because, like, you could just pull back to pre-market highs right there, and then it still hold, right? Something like this, where you had this level here. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I think that level is too big of a level. So you have that, right? You pull into it, and you just boom. You know, maybe you bounce. You know, you reclaim it and go to a new high. Let's go, SPY. Let's go. Let's go. 0.42, 0.4. If we could end up 0.8. Do I got 0.4 left on this? Up there at 590? We do. 0.24, 5.6. I gotta start getting rid of this. I gotta start taking this trade off here. Yep, there goes. So NVIDIA's pulling back again. AMD has news. NVIDIA is down 1.5%. AMD's up 3.5%, almost 4%. So there's no reason to be short NVIDIA just yet. I'm only talking about the short because it's at a level that I'm watching. Come on, SPY, baby. Come on. What I tell you, look at NVIDIA. That's so funny.
CLRB is a large acquisition target. Reiterates their buy rating and $21 price target. That's Charlie Lima Romeo Bravo, CLRB.
All right, I got to go back and work on stock selection here too, guys, because so AMD's green. It's struggling here at these previous lows. You know, the level that I'd like to get the rejection at would be at 142. And we could get it. It's very possible.
noting that when Trump came in the first time, he had about 45 seat majority in the House and 52-48 majority in the Senate. I think he's got maybe one more senator this time and a very, very thin majority in the House. The Trump administration will have to be.
All right, so there's our rejection.
It puts its full weight on when it wants to get something through Congress. I don't know whether he will be confirmed or not. If he is confirmed, I do believe that ultimately health and science win out, and
every time you hear him stutter on news, they're just coming with, they're making up whatever they can in their mind, right on the spot. All right, here we go. We're gonna find out.
And we think, and I believe that the market agrees, that on balance, that the Trump administration will be more receptive in order to have consumers to have fair choice, including in MA, and you cannot have a sustainable choice in MA. A lot of uncertainty, though, Barry. It's introduced uncertainty, it's introduced uncertainty across the chain. At the end of the day, the silver wave, of which I guess my hair here is capturing.
I forgot about CrowdStrike. There were a lot of names we were watching. And I just stopped watching them. Look at that. That's so funny. Didn't we just draw that and said, hey, watch for NVIDIA to like, you know, fake so many people out. Looked like it was going to hold this level. Then not hold it, but it holds the initial morning high and pre-market high, and then bounces through that level, because that 140 level is a key level. So people are going to spend too much time focused on that. That's so funny. Tell me we didn't just do that. I felt like I saw that thing coming, man. I felt like I saw it coming. And if it were to reject, 137.50.
Celebrate exceptional offers on the 2025 QX60 during the Infinity Once in a Wintertime event at your local Infinity retailer.
What's this?
137.65.
I ran the numbers on Quicken. It's totally in my budget.
All right, NVIDIA. Like, the reason I'm not even thinking about trading NVIDIA, because I already know that those premiums are going to be way too high. And even if you get the move, you're not going to get paid very much on it. If we could, guys, hit the like button for me. We're trying. My goal today is 10 likes. I need to get the likes up. It's starting to be a little frustrating. It's not your guys' fault. I need to do a better job, and it takes up a lot of time to put on a decent stream for everybody. All right, there goes the SPY. Trying to pull itself back. The Qs consolidating. Let's look at the Dow. Come on. I don't know. I'm having issues. Damn, they just jumped 10 cents there on AMD.
STLA, Stellantis CEO, said there is still work to be done to improve capacity utilization in Europe. That's STLA.
This week marks 1 year since OpenAI's major leadership turmoil, which you may remember, bringing back Sam Altman as CEO less than a week after he was fired by the board. RK Rooney's looking at the transformative 12 months that have followed for one of the most important AI players. Morning, Kate.
Hey, Carl. Good morning. Yeah, so it has been a dramatic year for OpenAI. Since that board coup, there have been some major wins, like raising billions of dollars, for example, but the tension
Yeah, this thing isn't giving us much follow through today. I gotta find something else here.
And some of its more vocal proponents on safety have left the company in the past year, but what is now a $157
Let me
million
auto zoom
did
that.
start originally as a nonprofit research lab. One of Altman's top advisors telling me a lot of the internal tension has come from its deep tech roots clashing with the commercial opportunity. For example, its partnership with Apple. Some of its academic-focused founders worried that OpenAI was moving too fast and felt safety was on the back burner at certain points. That was one of the reasons the board justified firing Altman last year. The CEO and his top advisors, though, publicly say that they are building appropriate guardrails and have an independent oversight committee. They compare this tech to nuclear energy. They say
I think you gotta watch for NVIDIA to go higher, more than likely. I don't know. The volume has kind of stopped and stalled.
a dual mandate instead of just serving the benefit
Alright, I'm not comfortable in taking the short.
mission. They now have
So again, I'm still just relaxing a bit. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Sorry, I didn't know that when I was looking there was only 2 likes. Like we really need to show us that this, we need AMD to show us that it's going to reject. I think,
companies out here that have some of the powerful voting shares.
you know, any other time, like this has some good news with it. It's up 4%. It's probably one of the only semiconductors that are doing this well, along with SMCI. So you can see why I don't necessarily want to short it until it really shows us that that's the right move.
Of course, on our markets, we are tending towards the highs of the session right now, with the S&P up almost 0.5%, the Nasdaq up 0.8%, NVIDIA well off the lows it's seen thus far this morning, and Tesla shares continuing.
I'm going to go back
Up some 8%. We got a lot more market.
and I'm going to go through like a lot of these charts. I'm going to go through a lot of charts today. So if you guys have any you guys want, help spam the chat with tickers and stuff.
Morris said discussions between Europe and China on tariffs and possible compensatory measures are not over. That's STLA.
Okay, most of you are not rock stars.
That's Andy Tango Lima Alpha.
Yeah, spam the chat with tickers and we'll look them up. So let's go here. NVIDIA is still hanging out. MCD. Let's go here. QQQ. Couldn't believe that I didn't get that Friday or Thursday. I should have really gotten that short Thursday. That rejection on the SPY. The bottom of the screen. Right here. Should have got that. Right there on Thursday. That rejection right there. That was a key. Hey, you know, we're going lower. You tried to go lower. Support, support, support. It broke. You rallied back to test it. It pulled back, held. It's like, okay, that's a double bottom hold. We got to get through 598. And this is on what? Like Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Goes back up there. Pulls back. You're holding. You're like, okay. Like, this is it. Like, if you don't get above and hold 598, we're going lower because that story is there. You've had it 2 times now to hold and go higher. It never happened. See how it got above it here on this day? And then what did it do? It failed. Come in pre-market, bang, that's your retest. That was your opportunity. Boom. So being able to read the markets like that, just going back and really reading it, right? Resist, you come up, you're like, okay, cool, we're in the middle of a rally. Okay, cool, rally. You know? These little consolidations and pullback, it's still continuing. And then it's like, okay, we're going, you know, you start to pull it back here. And then you bounce, and then it rejects 598, pulls back, holds again. Let's go try it again. It gets up there, gets through it, can't hold it, rejects it at the end of the day there, and then pre-market they're like, okay, that's it. You've had 1, 2, 3 times, and that 4th time you went up to test it, you couldn't get through it, and it was 4 times, you're done. 3 strikes, you're out. You know what I mean? So.
Attack on Iran in October hit element of Iran's nuclear program.
So I am looking for. I'm going to go through some stocks here. Come on, if we could get to 590, I might be able to make some good money here. Let's see. Do I have any crackers left? I do not. I'll go get some. Let's go look and see what's trending right now. Financials had a really strong month in past couple weeks. They've been outperforming. So we have energy up, gold up, NASDAQ is up, the Dow is getting ready to go green, SPY and the Qs are green, the Russell is in the green, the Dow is your laggard, which is not good for, down names such as JP Morgan. Intel, if the Dow goes green and semis are doing okay, that's how I'm looking at the market. If the Dow goes green, the Qs are already green. You have some outperformance in semiconductors. Let's look at Intel, INTC. Let's see. It's not really doing much right now.
Estimates on stocks or earnings? On stocks and earnings. Really? 2025. But nevertheless, we do like fundamentals here. But again, I think the market's going to have to digest a lot of information.
Europe trying to bounce back. Asia trying to bounce back. Yields are still green. 10 years pulling back.
Political uncertainty to policy uncertainty, and now a lot of that has to be vetted out over the coming months.
10-year treasury, that is. Gold, silver, everything bouncing right now. All your commodities. And that could also be why as well as currencies. The dollar's pulling back. Euro bouncing, Euro USD, I should say. USD, Australia, CAD. Look at that. This just started to fall. That's crazy. Look at that.
Crude popping to the highs now, 68.96.
There's still a lot of labor weakness, so we do think there will be a little bit of a revision downward as well.
Claims numbers have been fine.
Up more than 3%.
But we do think that we'll see some decline in some industries. Kind of sounds like a continuation of the City House view from earlier in the year. Yeah, we may be the only house with a recession call, but someone's got to do it. We're going to do it. That's now.
No.
Recession odds number, or are you forecasting a recession in 25? Well, we're still forecasting one either now.
Bloomberg reported Trump teams show support for
Appreciates this. There's
Bush.
often nonlinearity in the labor numbers.
Kevin Bush, former Fed governor, to be the
could not necessarily be good in the future.
Treasury Secretary.
So we could see a decline going on. So you think these Atlanta Fed numbers, for example, are
Damn, Walmart. All these names weren't trending earlier.
so we could see an adjustment there, and they haven't,
What happened with Walmart here?
on 2025 EPS growth. I don't know our
Intel's pulling back.
I'm guessing it's not double digits now. I don't think
Intel has room, guys, in my opinion, back down here to $24. It's got like 30 cents left on it.
they have, and we
Where do you see underlying weakness?
so we think that's seasonal too. We'll see. We knew that there would be a seasonal uptick around here. We may even see payrolls go up a little in the next quarter.
So, do you think the market's moving on these Trump appointees, the cabinet
stock market. But again, there's a lot that we're going to have to digest between tariffs, the fiscal picture, and I think in those terms, the verdict isn't out yet. Tariffs could be more of a tax than an inflation story. It could be more of a hit to GDP.
Sorry, I don't like when I have the mouse right up to the mic.
Benefit of the lower taxes and deregulation would outweigh the tariffs. It's not like he's made a secret of the fact that he wants to go there.
Well, I think what we're uncertain about is the degree, the extent of tariffs. You're right. From what I gather from the first administration, he was often a unilateral negotiator, and not all the tariffs came to a picture. I think he still will be more aggressive with China. But there's still uncertainty as the degree or the level of tariffs. Also, we don't know how reciprocal they'll be in terms of response from the rest of the world. And so I think there's still a degree of uncertainty there, and we also don't know the degree to which there'll be deregulation. One of his recent policy choices seem to be tough on tech, so I'm not so sure.
You mean Brittany Carr and its FCC. Meanwhile, if you're in money markets and the thinking was, well, maybe I'll gravitate back into equities, if yields hold at these levels, maybe those funds stay at 7 trillion as we got to last week.
Yeah, I mean, I could see lower rates on the front end, and we think that the long end will stay in a range between 4.2 to 4.5%, say on the 10-year.
So that's your bounce back at 24.40. It's just so hard to see with this stock being so cheap.
You could also see lower volatility as a result, although we're still looming large.
There's a lot of, there's a good amount of selling pressure here.
Get hyper defensive, or what baskets do you favor now?
Well, in the stock market, we still like growth of cyclicals going into next year, so we would still be looking at things like consumer discretionary, which I noticed there's an uptick today.
20-day moving average. 20-day moving average there at 23.50.
Personnel and policy get put into place.
Yeah.
Rob Beck's good to see you.
Thank you. Great to see both of you.
We're back to taking everything we can, every move, from Air Force One.
It is definitely good for business news.
Yes. Let's turn to Washington. President-elect Trump making his picks known for Energy Secretary, also the head of the FCC, which we mentioned. The Treasury is still a big question mark. Are Eamon Javers in D.C.?
I am curious who is going to be the Treasury. I wonder if he could just go get Steve Mnuchin again, if Steve Mnuchin would be down.
Two lead candidates were Scott Bessent of Key Square Group, who's seen as Wall Street Insider's top choice.
Let's see here. Let's look. Listen to this. What time is it? Oh, it's 11. I can't play that. I can't play it. Damn it. They're going to... Yeah, guys, so I'm just going to keep looking around here and see what we can or cannot find. Oh, JP Morgan broke. Okay, so let's see. Did yields pull back? Let's see. Look, yep, look at the 30-year. But look, the 30-year is still holding up here. 30-year, technically, in my opinion, still holding up there. Oh, that is the hourly chart. I'm sorry.
Is there a sense that he is overstaying his welcome, or is his influence bigger than ever?
We talked about this a little bit at the end of last week, right? Donald Trump has been sort of...
Kennedy, not only for energy, more highs now at more than 4%. And November echo.
When I get invited to somebody's house and the host starts making that joke, I know it's time...
I have to use the restroom real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. AMD still holding up really nicely here.
Before the election, the Saudis were hopeful that he would win, and that, during back in 2016, his first foreign visit was to Saudi Arabia, and a lot of
that this most recent month is the only month all year when sales actually grew faster than inflation, which means generally speaking, consumers feel like they're spending more and getting less. And so that's what's going on. They're spending on necessities. Housing, is way up in cost. So housing, healthcare, and food, and there isn't quite as much left on the fun side as there used to be.
All right.
Although those spending numbers have looked really strong inside of GDP.
How's everybody doing? Guys okay? All right. AMD, SPY, Qs, MSOS. So JP Morgan ended up breaking 245, so that's a... I'm going to keep my eye on this because we got above 245, failed to hold, so now it's pulling back. It's probably going to run a test back to 245. We'll make sure to keep an eye on it and see major discounts on Apple, blah, blah, blah. We'll look to see, these retests, if it cannot reclaim 245 to 246, and there'll be an inflection point whether it gets back above it, holds it, and rallies, or if it just, you have a nice sell-off day, in the coming days if it can't reclaim it. So that's kind of what I'll be watching for. That's just JP Morgan there. And AMD is above 140. I'm glad I did not take that short. Now, sure, it's struggling a little bit up here, but I think a pullback off 141 and then see if it holds 140 would be the true test, or the 141 rejection to 139. Right? So something like this range here. I think that would be a better range to play than right now. We're in the middle of it. But again, this is technically this previous low, which is still up there at 142. So if we can hold this, then I think you have room back to 142, maybe even 144, 145. So what everybody get into this weekend? Let me know. What y'all do this weekend? Anybody do anything fun? Anybody do anything cool? If it was really cool and I didn't get an invitation, I'm going to be a little hot. But it's all good. Alright, watch the SPY up here. Watch the SPY. I think I'm going to take my calls off. They're too far out. I bought them a little too early. So, they're dead. They're dead. Yeah, they're dead. Those things are dead. We'll see what happens. We're going to have a huge day. And even so, I think... I don't know. It's all good. That's why I don't like buying anything on Friday and holding over the weekend. Because even if you buy right, it could still just... I didn't feel comfortable enough either, though, guys, going out to, next Friday. Either. Because I wasn't that confident, but I was trying to catch a reversal and a bounce back into that 590 to 592 zone. Nice low volume bounce back. Again, in my opinion, this is all got to be a bounce back rejection. Let me go to look to get short some of these pullbacks. Let me go feed Abby real quick and I'll be right back. All right. All right, so I have a lot of stuff to do today. Tesla started pulling back. Tesla's pulling back, guys. Off 347.50. We have a couple. We have a couple things we could do here. So let me know what y'all want to do. We can go over some charts. It's 11:30. We can look through some of these trending names. See if there's any room left on them, or if there's like a day 2 continuation trade left on them. Damn, AMD, SoFi. So now these are down to 160, 158 right there, 155. Looks like AMD is climbing. Financials, importantly, financials, but like SQ, Square, SoFi. Your fintech names are ripping right now. These fintech names are really going. Regional, where's the fintech? Let's see, fintech. It's not going to give me that.
So stocks like Pharma's just had a horrible year here. Here's Merck just done nothing to nothing for. This is a 2-year low essentially for Merck. And even some of these problems here, drug pricing pressures.
You know what? Let's go. Let's look at this, right? Like SQ, Square, Block. Oh, software infrastructure. So then where's SoFi? That's weird.
Pfizer's had a tough year, of course. COVID, they're very big in COVID care. They were recently at a multi-year low as well. So
where is it? Where is SoFi? Okay, SoFi's in credit services. Bro, they should all have these names just in one category. Fintech. That, you know what I mean? So you have Square at a software. That's funny. Look, Energy's green, Costco. Let's see here. If I get the opportunity, I think we start seeing a pullback in financials and a rally in TLT.
On top of that, and I keep waiting for a little bit of a breakout in energy, and we're starting to see it. Remember, oil's gone nowhere.
So I don't understand why they keep saying they're waiting for a breakout in energy. Energy prices are going lower. Fuck! God damn it! Sorry guys, give me 1 second. I ended up spilling my Red Bull all over. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. Give me 1 second. Well, now I was already wanting to, but now I have all the reason in the world now to just really get my desk clean. God damn it! I cannot believe that happened. I went to get up to go get Abby out or do. I don't know. I cannot believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. Usually I always put it to the left of me, but how ridiculous. It wasn't much, but it was still enough to, I spilt it right on and next to my laptop. So let's not do that again. Alright, let me, I don't even have any wipes either because I used them up. Alright, so I'm back. AMD did not hold this level up there. Anyway, like I was saying, Exxon, I don't think energy's going to be climbing much higher. I don't know why he would say that. Fuck, I forgot one thing. I forgot one thing. Baby, what is it? Okay, then I'll move it. I'll move it all. I'll move it just for you.
Welcome back. Watching shares of Palantir down 5%, leaving the S&P lower on pace for their worst day since May. The stock's been on a tear lately, surging 43% this month, hitting an all-time high last week. Palantir losing the spot as the best-performing S&P stock of the year. No apparent news for the move lower, but it's been
SPY is screaming.
7% every day, it feels like.
The S&Ps are screaming.
Stock is up 263% year to date. Vistra now up 293% year to date. It's still outperforming NVIDIA.
I already lost my MacBook. Not MacBook, but my iPad. I already lost. I don't think I lost it. It should be in the truck, but I was trying to look for it this morning and I went outside and I didn't see it in the truck. Alright, where are we at here? AMD not able to get up and hold 140. Seeing a little bit of weakness there. The SPY, or not the SPY, but the Qs are still, still have a little bit of strength, which is good. We're seeing the fintech sector, Square, SoFi all rallying, doing pretty well. And then, let's see, did NVIDIA fail to make a new high? No, it actually did. And now AMD is not doing what it was, which was outperforming it and leading NVIDIA. Okay, all right. So we have a couple different things happening here. I want to see what happens if the SPY can get up and through 590. That would be major. That would be major. I would love to see the market start to squeeze up through there. Let's see here. I think that's about all you get, though, is 590. I mean, you might get up to 592, but I think 590 might be it. I think 590 is it. That might be our trade up there, guys. 590 on the SPY. And then the Qs. QQQ. So write that down. Write 590 down, and once we get up there, watch it. All right, watch the Dow, watch the IWM, and watch the Qs. That's going to be. Damn, the Qs still have room to go too. 505. So the Qs still have a ways to go. The Qs still have $3 to go. IWM got up above there. They have room. IWM has room. 230, 250. 230, 250. The Dow. So markets are making a bit of a recovery bounce here.
Morgan Stanley raises its base case 2025 year-end S&P
436 to 438. Morgan Stanley, I guess, just raised their, I don't know what you want to call it, their year-end target or something of that sort. So financials are outperforming right now. That's where you gotta. That's where your longs are. So Morgan Stanley, SoFi, Square. All right, these are all green. Look, that's up 5%. So hop on the strength, ride it out, get long, and ride it to the close. I mean, I'm not telling you that, but just, identify it, and then, I don't know. That's your job. You got to identify the strength and weaknesses, and that's your movement. Let's go, SPY. SPY 590, pushing 590. Let's go.
77.
Let's go.
Mentioned by Investors Business Daily Swing Trader pick.
All right. So that's that, guys. Watch 590 on the SPY. I think, I can't even get 100 views on here, so I think I'm going to be up out of here. 28. 28 views total. So I got to go. This isn't, I would love to sit here with you guys all day. I want to thank you guys for hitting the like button, subscribing, all that fun stuff. I'm not an interesting person, as you can see here, and that's okay. Sometimes it's not enough to just give analysis and, try to create something. Sometimes you got to just be entertaining, even if that means you're dumb. You know, like I cannot get enough of the stupidity from something I saw this weekend that I haven't seen in a year and a half. This fucking retard, bro. I don't like to use words like that. This is the same retard who said gold's going higher because everybody's taking their money out of their bank accounts and buying gold. Remember, he said that. I didn't. Okay? And instead of saying gold has become a tier 2 asset or a tier 1, it's either a tier 3 to a tier 2 or a tier 2 to a tier 1 asset, which means banks could claim it on their balance sheet, you know, which would mean they're giving out loans on top of higher margin requirements. Now they can use gold as, you know, they can allocate money to gold, right? So that's why. Okay, going, you know, the changing in gold's asset. How I turned $5. He said, I'm the king of hustling, bro. I will whoop this boy's ass at hustling. Taking money and taking that money into more money. Shit. I'll challenge anybody, not just him. All right. Anyway, Florida. Shout out Florida Gators, home dogs, and Tulane. Two easy money makers this week. The only two that I needed. Tulane against Navy. We talked about that. And Florida Gators. That's it. Let's see here. So, yeah, that's... so, yeah, guys. I think I'm going to get up out of here because I'm not... You know what I'm saying? I don't have Post Malone looking ass face. Or act... You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just because I'm out here telling you guys that gold's going up because... Everybody's taking. I go ask your mom and dad if they took their money out of the bank and they put and bought gold with it. Go ask your grandmother. Go ask your cousin, your auntie. Go ask them. Oh my gosh. Anyway, and this is, you know, I can't really say anything because, you know, Meet Kevin is also the same person who said he was going into emerging markets, selling everything, going into emerging markets with higher interest rates, like. You know, a lot of social media people just like say things to say things, but then people react on it. And if you would have bought, you know, that's not the time to buy. Not when the dollar's about to rip higher. You know what I'm saying? And if you would have did that, look what would have happened, guys. You would have been down. You would have been down, you know, over 50%. You'd have lost half of your money. Right? So, and I don't even, and look, it hasn't even came back. It hasn't even came back. So, we also need this to help us get out of this rut for the IWM and bonds, you know. So, these are signals here, guys. You know, if we can get the dollar to weaken, we need the dollar to weaken. I'm going to be honest with you. And in order for us to do that, we need yields and we need that bear steepener to stop steepening. So I'm going to tell you guys, over the next 5 to 6 months, you need the 10 and 30s to pull back, to stop going higher. You need the dollar, which that is also in turn going to help bring the dollar down. If 10s and 30s are, if the longer end of the bond is going to continue to rally, the dollar is going to continue to be strong, and that's going to give. There's going to be earnings issues again. You're going to have issues. You're not going to have this lower half of the market, you know, be able to bounce like we're starting to see. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with this. Like you guys know, Upstart's one of my favorite names this past quarter. All right, one of my favorite names. I've been telling you guys, I've been screaming from the lungs. I'm not telling y'all to buy it, but I've been telling you this is one of my favorite stocks to own right now. Okay, and in order for this part of the market to continue to go higher, you need... To an extent, you need to start, like, yields to at least stop going up. All right, we need this market to go. In order to do that, I think you need the dollar to pull back. And you don't get the dollar to pull back if you can't get yields to pull back. All right, and again, I think the dollar is going to go to 110. I think we're headed to 110. All right, I think we're headed to 110, and then after that, this might take 2 years. This might take 2 years to go up and then start to pull back and then get into a safe zone. You know, the low 100s, high 90s. All right, we need that. If you guys want this market to go higher and you want other names to partake in this rally, primarily the IWM, in order for that to go higher, we need yields and dollar to pull back. The only way you get that is with those things, right? That has its effect on emerging markets. So when things start happening and selling starts, don't be like Meet Kevin and don't be like that guy. Don't say you're going into emerging markets because you're doing the opposite of what you should do, right? You want to be in emerging markets when yields are pulling back, when the dollar's pulling back, because that's going to raise their asset prices when our dollar pulls back. Okay. I mean, technically it would be backwards, because technically you would say that those emerging markets, when their dollar is weaker, they're able to bring back more money for them, just like we do for us. But we're in an upside down world where the dollar goes higher, but yet we have inflation, right? If the dollar is higher, it should take less dollars to buy that good. When a dollar pulls back, it should take more dollars to buy that same good. But that's not where we are. All right, we've had a high dollar with high inflation. That's a recipe for disaster. So that's kind of where, you know, there's a little bit of toss, but I think you need that to happen. You get the dollar to pull back, and I think you can get you know, your emerging markets, depending on what emerging market you're talking about, whether it's China, India, whatever. So that's that, guys. Today, gold, energy are our leaders. Okay, we were watching Oxy last week. I still think that energy. You know, I said this months ago. Okay, I said this months ago, guys, that I didn't think oil was going to break out like everybody had said. Could it? Sure, it could. I don't think it's going to. I just don't. So what I'm going to look for is if we get back up here to $70, I'm going to look for a pullback, and I want to see if we can break this double bottom low. If I'm looking at anything, it's got to be UNG. All right, I don't see a reason. We don't have demand. China doesn't have enough demand. All right, there's no reason for energy to rally. Let's just call it for what it is. I don't know why people in CNBC are looking for energy to rally. Now, here's the thing. Exxon, Oxy, all like energy names could run. All right, go ask people like Black Mamba and all them if they know why, you know, if energy pulls back and gets to $50, $55, $60 a barrel, why they could still go higher. Because they are profitable on oil over $30, $35 a barrel, they're profitable. As long as oil is above $35 a barrel, the majority of these companies are profitable. Sure, would it be nice to bring in more? Yeah, but they're still profitable. So you give or take a year and a half, these energy companies bring down their earnings expectations, and you see the same exact damn playbook as we saw from Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla. You're going to see the same exact playbook with Tesla and all these other companies in the oil sector. What's that? Bring down expectations in the earnings. Okay? They still beat, we're going to bring down expectations. The future's unknown. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Nothing really changes but the expectations. So they get to a point where they're beating earnings. You start to see that growth, or that slowdown in growth for the first 8 to 12 to 18 months, right? And you get that pullback, and then it's like, okay, earnings are still beating, just like you saw with Tesla. they were talking this, that, and the third, and then it was just like, okay, you know, earnings were okay. They weren't bad, but expectations were still being brought down. And it was like, okay, they were only, then it got to a point where they were brought down so far that they were just starting to beat even more. Okay. I can't really explain it other than that. They bring down earnings expectations, but their earnings don't really change. Yeah, sure, they may come down a little bit, they may rise a little bit. And they continue to bring them down for the next couple years. Then what do you know? In the next couple years, energy's down to 45, 50 a barrel. They price it in now for the future. Then they're able to climb later, even when they if oil's at 40, 45, 50. Even better if it's at 90, 85, 75, 80. Then they're really going to start ripping to the upside. Okay, so think about that playbook as a CEO, as a trader, as an investor, and as a CEO. Because you got to think about what the CEO's doing for the shareholders and the company. How do we continue to make this company profitable? We are uplisted. How do we take care of our shareholders? Let's start pricing in, you know, a downward trajectory in earnings, in fuel prices, and expectations. We'll do a stock buyback on top of it. As long as energy is above $35, $40 a barrel, we're still profitable. We'll bring down expectations for about a year and a half to 2 years, but we'll do stock buybacks on top of that. So we'll be buying the dip on everyone. And then once we just continue to beat earnings and expectations have gone so low that we're exceeding them, bang, we go on that run, just like Tesla did right here, right? For a year and a half, earnings weren't good. It was, you know, the environment was unknown. Bring down their guidance, bring down expectations, and what do you know? They can only bring them down so far. Now things are, you know, they're growing again. All right, it's the playbook. You know, I don't know if those are things that you're going to learn from, you know, some of the social media heads or not, but I don't think it is. All right, so almost 30 views. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to get up out of here. You know, I'm just going to stay focused on some of the names that I have on watch. Tesla, all right, 350. You just had that opportunity up there. I think Tesla, come on. I don't like that they're doing this now. I don't know if it's just a Sunday thing or what. SMCI, I didn't trade because I'm not trading the premium. Look at that. Let's go look at these options. Let's go look at the $20 puts. Let's go look. 180. So they haven't really changed. They're up 20 cents. I think. Was that what they were? $1.60, right? That's 10%. That is 10%, man. That's crazy. They've moved 10%. So if anybody has any questions, I'll wait. I can wait just a little bit here. I want to thank you guys for being here. Tomorrow I'm going to be on a little earlier. I tried to get to bed earlier last night, but then like as soon as I laid down, I was up. It was so weird. So we have a pullback there at 23. And I'm going to continue today. I'm going to go through a bunch of charts and a couple different things. Listen, follow me on Twitter at Ivy League Trades. And I'm going to be posting any ideas or trades that I do take. I'll post them over there. I have to fix my channel. I've got to get this thing to where I would like to get it to. I want to thank you guys for all your guys' help again. Donations and contributions. You know, I don't charge you guys to trade with me. Even though I feel like I should charge a small amount so that I can just go ahead and do all types of educational things. You know, but that contribution link is in the description. Okay, if you guys want to give back to the stream, the money goes to the stream, goes to, you know, maybe being able to bring people on and take this where we'd like to take it. But other than that, that's all I got, guys. I'm going to watch AMD, pretty much every stock that's trending right now. Now, AMD is starting to turn around now. So there it is. That sucks. It's all good. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, guys. Listen, if you guys need me for anything, just message me on Twitter, email me, whatever. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of your day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Again, donations and contributions to the stream, that link's in the description. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. And I'll see you guys